So welcome to this bloodline clearing meditation. And open, breathe, soften, relax. Breathing light once more into your body from the universe around you and releasing anything that doesn't serve you back to the universe. And breathe and open. Remembering the angels around you. Angels, the four angels. Raphael in the east. And Michael in the south. Gabriel in the west. Uriel in the north. Four angels, four energies. And breathe and open, breathe and open, breathe and open. And into the space, let's call your mother and your mother's higher self. Whether your mother's incarnate or not, call her here. And allow her to appear before you. Allow her to appear before you. Say to her silently, I've called you to release anything not love between us. I have called you to release anything not love between us. And then ask to increase the light between you and your mother, and notice anywhere there is cords or threads connecting you to your mother. Check the front and the back, cords or shadowy energies. And call upon Michael's sword of light. Call upon that great sword of light into your hands and cut all cords with your mother front and back. Pull them out from your body like weeds, pulling them out from the earth. Throw them to ultraviolet fire and dissolve them. And then ask your body be sealed with light. Cut all cords, pull them out, throw them to the fire, seal your body with light. And just do this till the work is done, until you're completely clear of cords with your mother. And then let's call, if you have any personal contracts with your mother, agreements, vows, promises from any lifetime, including this, allow them to appear between you as scrolls or sheets of paper. If any appear, destroy them, rip them up, and throw them to the fire. I ask your higher self to assist you destroying all contracts. Clearing through the whole Akashic, all minds, all bodies, all timelines, destroying any backup or recreation programming. just destroying through all time and space. And release from your body any energies you're holding from your mother, any stories, beliefs. Release. Any trapped emotions relating to your mother, back to the universe. Any judgments, release. Allow more light to return to you. Feel a greater light between you and your mother. And I call and summon a doorway of light behind your mother, whether to the left or to the right, that represents an entry point to your mother line. See that doorway forming. Step up to the door and allow your mother and her higher self to accompany you. On the other side of the door is a landscape or the inside of a building or structure. And this space represents your motherline energy, however your unconscious understands it or wishes to represent it to you. When you're ready, step through the door. Close the door behind you and look down at your feet. Know that you're standing on solid ground, whether that ground be light. Open your inner senses, the sense of sight, of seeing, color and shape and form. Your sense of hearing sound and silence. Sense of touch. Sense of feeling. Sense of knowing. Taste and smell. Open all senses and allow the space to arise up around you. Allow the space to arise up around you. Noticing the colors, the sounds, the feel of the space. And whether you're indoors or outdoors, I call now, are there any earthbound souls trapped on the bloodline that need to come for release? And just sense if there are shadows or figures, shadowy figures coming before you. These represent earthbound beings on the bloodline. Just allow them to gather. And I call upon Metatron and all angels working with Metatron to open a portal of light above your head. And as this portal opens, this is the way these earthbound souls are released. Point to the light and tell all shadowy figures, it's time now to go to the light. To be released from the earth plane, to go to the light. And allow all these shadowy figures to be released back to the universe, wherever they need to go for their next step in their own evolutionary journey. And there are guides on the other side waiting to meet them. They're not alone. Releasing all shadows, releasing all shadows. And when the job is done, closing the portal, you may notice the space around you getting brighter, lighter, feels easier somehow. Into space now, I call a pattern from the bloodline that's touching you now, one pattern. That pattern may be an addiction, it may be a story, something that affects you or limits you in some way. Call that pattern now as energy. It has an energy mass, energy field. Allow that field to begin to be revealed before you. And notice the size, the shape, the color or colors, the lightness or density, how you feel about this pattern. And if there are any cords attaching you to this pattern, call upon Michael. Cut all cords, pull them out from your body. Throw them to ultraviolet fire. Sever any connection to this pattern energetically. Seal your body with light. Check front and back. I ask your higher self to reveal a symbol that represents this pattern. This symbol will be dark in some form. It won't be a bright symbol, usually. Perhaps a skull or a dark crystal, a dark scroll. A symbol representing the heaviness of this pattern. See that symbol before you and calling upon Grace Elohim and ultraviolet fire angels, destroy and burn that symbol in silver violet fire. Silver violet fire. And then also allowing silver violet fire into the field of the pattern itself, rippling light from the earth upwards, silver violet fire, clearing and cleansing the pattern. And the pattern perhaps changing now, lightening up or dissolving or fragmenting and releasing. Just allowing that to happen. And release this pattern before you. Release and allow it to dissipate. Allowing the space around you to brighten up. And if there are any contracts with the mother line, see them now appear in this space as scrolls or sheets of paper. Promises, agreements, vows with the bloodline, taken on unconsciously when you were born. Notice them form. And then when they finish forming, destroy them all. Destroy them all. Rip them up, throw them to ultraviolet fire. I ask your higher self to assist you, clearing throughout the whole Akashic all of these agreements, contracts, vows and promises made with the bloodline, not for your highest good. Clear all these agreements back to the time of origin. Clearing all minds, all dimensions, all timelines. Clearing any backup or recreation programming that would allow these to recreate. Clearing with ultraviolet fire. Destroy and release. And once again, the space around you may brighten, may lighten, may shift, may change. I ask your higher self now for a gift, a symbol of light, representing a gift from the bloodline, a gift from the bloodline. And sense this symbol before you, a brighter symbol. And a symbol of light can be anything from a crystal, a flower, a scroll, a sheet of paper, a key. Take this symbol in your hands and allow it to dissolve into your hand chakras, into the cells of your body, into the cells of your body, into the very DNA of your body. And from there also into the chakra system, beginning to radiate light throughout your being, opening what needs to open, awaken what needs to awaken. Just allow this to happen. And breathe, and if there's anything you wish to say to your mother, do so now silently. Anything perhaps you've never been able to say. She may wish to respond. And when you're ready, release your mother back to the light and the whole bloodline, thanking the motherline for the gift of life. When you're ready, turn, come out through the door, close the door behind you and disappear the door. Disappear the door. Coming back. And now we call your father and your father's higher self. Your father and your father's higher self, when he appears before you, say to him silently, I've called you to release anything not love between us. Increase the light, and again, notice if there are any cords or threads connecting you to your father. If there are, call upon the sword of light, cut all cords with the father. Pull them out from your field, throw them to the fire, seal your body with light. Cut all cords with the father, front and back. And then let's ask if you have any contracts with your father from any lifetime, including this, that need to be destroyed to appear between you as scrolls or parchments, sheets of paper. If any appear, destroy them, rip them up, throw them to the fire. I ask your higher self to assist you, clearing the whole Akashic of any agreement, contract, vow, or promise not for your highest good. Clear these agreements back to the time of origin. All minds, all bodies, all timelines, all dimensions. Clearing all backup or recreation programming. Clearing everything of a negative nature between you and your father, and release any stories you're holding from your father. Judgments, expectations, obligations, limitations, conditioning. Out of your field, any trapped emotions release. And behind your father, a doorway of light appears, representing an entry point into the bloodline energies. Step up to the doorway, allow your father and his higher self to be with you. On the other side, a landscape or a room or a hall of some kind. When you're ready, step through the door. Close the door behind you. Look down at your feet. Once again, you're standing on solid ground or light. Allow the space around you to arise, whether in nature or in some building of some kind. Trust your inner senses, open your inner senses. Notice the colours, the shapes, the sounds, the silences, the feel of the place. And once again we call, if there are any earthbound energies on the bloodline that need release, to come to you now as shadows, and there may well be earthbound souls on the bloodline. Find them, allow them to gather, and I call upon Metatron and all angels of light working with Metatron to open a portal of light. Portal of light. And allow all beings to go through that portal, pointing the way, go to the light. Encouraging all beings to step into the light. There's nothing to be afraid of. On the other side, many guides will be waiting for them. Release all trapped energies in the bloodline. Let them all go. When they've gone, close the portal. You may notice the landscape around you or the space brightening or lightening. Once again, I call a family pattern or story that's touching you in this life. Invoke that pattern or story as energy. And see an energy field in front of you forming. That field may be light, it may be dark, it may be composed of a color or many colors. It may feel heavy or light. Allow the field to form. If there are any cords between you and this field, call upon Michael's sword and cut them all once again. Pull them out from your body, throw them to the fire, seal your body with light. Releasing everything between you and this field. And then ask your higher self to create a symbol representing the energy of this field. That symbol may be dark, perhaps a dark flower, a dark scroll, a skull, or a dark magical implement or image. Calling upon grace, Elohim, and ultraviolet fire angels, destroy this symbol in silver violet fire. Destroy it, vaporize it, and allow light to flow through this energy field, silver violet fire, dispelling it, clearing it, cleansing it, shifting it. And just releasing the pattern, releasing all connection to the pattern. And if there are any contracts, see them now appear in this space as scrolls or sheets of paper, promises, agreements, vows with the bloodline, taken on unconsciously when you were born. Notice them form. And then when they finish forming, destroy them all. Destroy them all. Rip them up, throw them to ultraviolet fire. I ask your higher self to assist you, clearing throughout the whole Akashic all of these agreements, contracts, vows and promises made with the bloodline, not for your highest good. Clear all these agreements back to the time of origin. Clearing all minds, all dimensions, all timelines. Clearing any backup or recreation programming that would allow these to recreate. Clearing with ultraviolet fire, destroy and release. And once again, the space around you may brighten, may lighten. And then when this is done, let's call for a gift from the bloodline as a symbol of light. A gift for you from the bloodline. And allow a symbol to form in front of you from the bloodline. The symbol may be anything from a golden key, a flower, a crystal, a scroll, a piece of sacred geometry. Take that symbol into your hands, allow it to dissolve as light into the cells, DNA of the body and chakra system. Allow that light to radiate throughout your whole field. And breathe and open. And if there's anything you want to say to the Father, do so now, silently. Whatever you need to say to Him. And when you're done, release the Father. And then release the whole bloodline back to the light, thanking the bloodline for the gift of life. And come back through the door. Disappear the door behind you. And come back to your energy. Allowing more light to flow to you. Clearing the bloodline, feeling the gifts of the bloodline within you. And breathe and open and relax and begin to come back to your body, wiggling fingers and toes, fingers and toes.